former President Bush called the CIA interrogators patriots. His former vice president said they should be decorated and not criticized. How do you see how would you describe these men and women?
Well, look, there are different individuals in the Senate report engaging in different kinds of activities. I think overall, the men and women at the CIA do a really tough job, and they do it really well. And that was true then, and it's true today. But in the aftermath of 9/11, I think in the midst of a national trauma and uncertainty as to whether these attacks were going to repeat themselves, what's clear is that the CIA set up something very fast without a lot of forethought to what the ramifications might be, that the lines of accountability that needed to be set up weren't always in place, and that some of these techniques that were described were not only wrong, but also counterproductive, because we know that oftentimes when somebody is being subjected to these kinds of techniques, that they're willing to say anything in order to alleviate the pain and the stress that they're feeling. And we've got better ways of doing things. And so, I think it's important for us not to paint a broad brush about all the incredible, dedicated professionals in our intelligence community based on some actions that I think were really contrary to who we are. But I think it is also important for us to face up to the fact that when countries are threatened, oftentimes they act rashly in ways that, in retrospect, were wrong. And we need to acknowledge that, in part, to build in place systems so that if, heaven forbid, we find ourselves under the kinds of direct threats that have occurred in the past, that we recognize the dangers ahead of time and do better.